all of the politicians now preaching socialism, none of their stories would have been possible without capitalism. They're all great success stories, but stories that would have been impossible under the system they're now trying to sell. They're each living, breathing examples of what's possible in a capitalist society, but rather than highlight that fact, they're demonizing the system that gave them the success. Now, we know can't all be that stupid, right? It's probably not the case. The only reason that they don't point this fact out is they're trying to con you. It's a con. It's a populist lie. But here's the truth. People like Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Elizabeth Warren all have one thing in common. They may not publicly give any love to capitalism, but capitalism definitely loves them. And I've got a sneaky suspicion that maybe privately the feeling is mutual. But don't take my word for it. Let's go to the tail of the tape in a new segment called Lifestyles of the Rich and Socialist. Ah, yes. How could we not begin this segment without highlighting the grandpappy of American socialism, the OG himself, Bernie Sanders? We open up with the tour of the Burns' fabulous $600,000 Vermont vacation home. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. What better way to sit back and compose prose on the evils of capitalism than to spend time relaxing in this serene country getaway? It also boasts a connected guest house and 500 feet of beautiful lakefront shoreline. Sanders also owns this $562,000 apartment. Yes, just 3 blocks from the Capitol. And another one, a beautiful colonial in Burlington, Vermont. Yes, with 2 main homes and a vacation home, Senator Sanders is truly living in the lap of socialist luxury. Yeah. On Bernie's official website, he lays out his biggest torch-bearing issue of income and wealth inequality. It is, quote, the great political issue of our time. Those evil 1%ers. Well, what he won't tell, he's not going to tell you this, but he now qualifies as the 1% himself. Sanders' annual income is $200,000, which is nothing. But he also took in over $850,000 in book royalties last year. To be considered 1%, you have to be about $389,000 in income. For more affluent metropolitan cities, that number goes up to about $700,000, with 3 homes topping out at over $1.5 million. And with over $1 million in annual income, Bernie is embedded well within the 1% club. The rest of the country last year earned, on average, $57,000 a year. So if you're counting, Bernie Sanders, the socialist, earns 19 times more than the people he claims to represent. Not bad for a man that has never really worked a real job in his entire life. We move on, though, on our tour of the fabulous lifestyles of the rich and socialists with newcomer Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Feels like there should have been music there. She just recently came out of nowhere after defeating a 10-year Democratic incumbent Joe Crowley last week. An avid socialist, Ocasio-Cortez's platform includes guaranteed jobs and securing universal government-controlled health care. Let's take a look.
Women like me aren't supposed to run for office. I wasn't born to a wealthy or powerful family. Mother from Puerto Rico, dad from the South Bronx. I was born in a place where your zip code determines your destiny.
Her entire campaign strategy has been to portray herself as a Bronx native freedom fighter that grew up with the same struggle as her constituents. But there's one problem. She didn't grow up in the Bronx. She's about 5 years old. She moved from this apartment in the Bronx right here. Very nice. To this house in Westchester County. There you go. The median income in the Bronx is $48,000 about. Median income in Westchester County, Yorktown Heights, Yorktown as everyone would call it, is $116,741. It's not Beverly Hills, but it's nice. Her father was an architect and CEO. She went to Boston University studying economics and international relations, $70K a year for that school. This isn't Jenny from the block, no matter how hard they tried to make her appear like it. It's weird that happened in our history, isn't it? But more than anything else, Ocasio-Cortez's story demonstrates everything that is great about capitalism. Her favorite line of a zip code determining a child's destiny runs completely contradictory to her very own story. Her father, born in New York City, her mother, a native of Puerto Rico. And she was still able to move out of the Bronx to an affluent neighborhood, attend a prestigious university, and is all but a shoo-in, really, to become a congresswoman come November. She's 28 years old, by the way. She was working at a restaurant 6 months before she started her campaign. Capitalism enables a child to change their stars. Socialism does not. This is the real story, but she chose to exclude all the best parts. Bernie did the same thing. The lifestyles of the rich and socialists are actually the lifestyles of the rich and capitalists who claim to be socialists to con the disenfranchised. But tune in next time as we take you on a tour through the fabulous life of Elizabeth Warren. Her net worth of nearly $10 million and her $2 million 3-story Victorian home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's going to be great. This has been Lifestyles of the Rich and Socialist.